Now, Mother's words on the mind. For the true role of the mind is the formation and organization of action. The mind has a formative and organizing power, and it is that which puts the different elements of inspiration in order for action, for organizing action. And if it would only confine itself to that role, receiving inspirations, whether from above or from the mystic center of the soul, and simply formulating the plan of action in broad outline or in minute detail for the smallest things of life or the great terrestrial organizations, it would amply fulfill its function. It is not an instrument of knowledge. So beautiful. Mother is telling us that so clearly, that your mind is not an instrument of knowledge. So I don't know, I haven't got that passage, but in one writing she writes that don't feel helpless if you can't figure things out with your mind, because the mind is not designed to give you answers. Just make your mind quiet and wait. You'll get the answers from a space beyond the mind, and then the mind will organize what it receives, will articulate it, will express it. But that's the maximum that the mind can do. So overthinking to figure out solutions is really a waste of time. But the mind can use knowledge for action, to organize action. It is an instrument of organization and formation, very powerful and very capable when it is well developed. One can feel this very clearly when one wants to organize one's life. For instance, to put the different elements in their place in one's existence. There is a certain intellectual faculty which immediately puts each thing in its place and makes a plan and organizes. And it is not a knowledge that comes from the mind. It is a knowledge which comes, as I said, from the mystic depths of the soul or from higher consciousness, and the mind concentrates it in the physical world and organizes it to give a basis of action to the higher consciousness. One has this experience very clearly when one wants to organize one's life. Then there is another use. When one is in contact with one's reason, with the rational center of the intellect, the pure reason, it is a powerful control over all vital impulses. All that comes from the vital world can be very firmly controlled by it and used in a disciplined and organized action. But it must be at the service of something else, not work for its own satisfaction. These are the two uses of the mind. It's a controlling force, an instrument of control, and it's a power of organization. That's its true place. So to sum it up, Mother is saying that two functions of the mind. One is to receive the intuition and to express it and act according to what it's saying. And secondly, whenever the emotions act up, and emotions are often irrational, to bring logic to the emotion. So not be controlled by the emotion, but to bring a rational, logical control to the emotion. And that's very important, because in the scale of evolution, the vital or the emotions is at a lower rung in that sense than the mental. So the mental should bring sanity to the insanity of the vital. That's what the mind is for. So if we are very emotional creatures, when we are in the grips of emotion, we have to develop our mental logic to somehow not let the emotions play havoc with us.